There it is, the Melmetal Palkia Calyrex Ice with Togekiss for redirection, Pheromosa for some speed control, and coaching support, and Liepard for guaranteed Trick Room setup scenarios. That's the thought process going into the team. Lots of cool little tricks that hopefully we can show off. Find out the information. Alright, so we got Callie, Zacian, Ogre, Groudon, Whimsicott, and Volcanion. So I don't see anything that super punishes the Calyrex Liepard lead. Does Volcanion get I don't know what Volcanion does. Does it get Eruption or just Steam Eruption? Alright, well, we don't have time to... We'll bring Palkia, and I kind of want to bring... Okay, this is weird. I'm going to bring Melmetal Pheromosa in the back. A few of the games that have played out with, like, Whimsicott Calyrex Shadow leads have been kind of... I know it doesn't make a lot of sense on paper to bring Pheromosa in the back, but a lot of times, because the Whimsicott's too scared to Tailwind against your lead because you're a Trick Room lead, then you can set up a speed swap late game. But they don't even lead the Whimsicott, they just go straight Zacian Calyrex. So I believe I can just fake out Trick Room here. I don't see any large downside to that. We're going to take an Astral Barrage. It's going to do a lot of damage, but we'll get our weakness policy. Do I even want to set up Trick Room? Yeah, I have Melmetal in the back. So I'm fine trading the damage on Calyrex for a Trick Room. I think that we can sweep. As long as they're not choice specs, I should be able to live this just fine. Yeah, there's the Astral Barrage. Yeah, big damage, but again, we're alive and we have a Trick Room. So, like, things could be worse. Alright, and there's our eject button. And we'll bring out the Melmetal. Zacian flinches. We get up a Trick Room. Okay. So now we want to Glacial Lance. And... just double Iron Bash the Calyrex through the sash. They've got to be tempted to either switch. Yeah, they're playing it smart by not protecting here, in all honesty. And just going after the Calyrex. Because they know that I have to double the Cali Shadow to get rid of it. Or I have to commit a lot of resources into the Zacian to get rid of that. So this is smart by them. They're making good trades, but I still think that I've... Oh, and they Sacred Sworded, so that's just even better for me. I don't have a lot of health on anything now, which is a little tricky, but we're set up to sweep. They didn't have an Incineroar, so it's not like they're slowing me down. They don't have enough turns to yeah, the eject button was... It's been really interesting. Okay, there's the Volcanion. And Glacial Lance just KOs Zacian from this range, so I can just click Glacial Lance and max Quake the Volcanion. Yeah, because we're just ramping up those chilling Nay boosts. But yeah, you can do a lot of cool things with the eject button. Because I have it for the Astral Barrage shoots me out, so I can bring in my Melmetal and, you know, use my Trick Room turns efficiently. But also, if they lead like a Dynamax candidate, then I can just trick my eject button onto their Pokemon and eject them out of there and waste their Dynamax. So I like it. The Liepard Cali Ice lead has been really cool. All right, they are Dynamaxing. Honestly, that's smart. But they're going to take a ton of damage. They can only knock out one of my guys. They probably protect Zacian here. No, they don't. So Zacian's going to go down to the Glacial Lance. This is going to do a good chunk of damage. We won't KO, especially because both fire and water resist ice. But it will put them low. Like, we're still doing significant damage here. Like, we just took out a Zacian with 2 Glacial Lances, you know? It's pretty good. And then they can only max flare one of our guys. And then, even if they can wait out Trick Room at this point, then we have Speed Swap Pheromosa to come in late game and just speed up our Melmetal. It's a close game, don't get me wrong, but we are up a Pokemon and we're up to speed control. I think I just bring in Liepard here, fake out whatever comes in, and Max Quake the Volcanion again. And it's Groudon. Yeah, so we do we should be fine to still win this. We'll fake out the Groudon. Yeah, especially because we've got 2 turns left of Trick Room. We can switch out Liepard the next turn. We live anything with our Focus Sash. Yeah, this is fine. And do I want to... I think I just got a Max Quake to be safe. Fake out. Max Quake. So we don't have any beneficial boosts on the Melmetal. So I think this next turn, being the last turn of Trick Room, I swap out so that I can coaching or speed swap. No, it's probably safer to just double attack here. Yeah. Yeah, because we can Sucker Punch, and G-Max Meltdown's probably our strongest move. We're having a G-Max Meltdown! It's probably more optimal to not be G-Max Melmetal because Max Steel Spike is just so powerful. But, like, I have a G-Max Melmetal. I'm gonna use it. Yeah, and now Groudon's in range of 2 Icy Winds, so we should guaranteed win this with Pheromosa. It's a close game. We still have to hit 2 Icy Winds. Or 1 Icy Wind. But we have a Focus Sash, so we're not in danger of getting one shot on this turn. So as long as we hit our Icy Winds 95% of the time, we should win. Just in case. 2 turns left of Sun. It's probably optimal to protect this turn. No, because either way they'll get 1 turn of Sun. So protecting next turn would be the only reason. Alright, we hit Icy Wind. We're not invested at all, but it is super effective and it just knocks it out. So good job, Groudon. Or Pheromosa. You defeated the Groudon. 172! We're playing the player right next to us. And another Ho-Oh Zamazenta team. Alright, so this is looking like another Pheromosa Palkia lead. In all honesty. And then I think we just run the same back line. Let's do it. honestly, really tricky team to deal with. This is a strong build. Both dogs, both Zacian and Zamazenta. But yeah, Zamazenta and Ho-Oh are just being, they're on like about 50% of the teams I'm running into, both of them. Which I find hilarious, firstly, because in Series 12 and other restricted formats, where you're only allowed 2 restricted Pokemon, they see almost no play. Have you seen any other player using a team similar to yours? I've seen like Calyrex Palkia. That was like a popular Series 12 core. I have seen some that are using that, but it's usually like a backdoor Trick Room option. I haven't seen many like with Melmetal and Magearna type of. Mine feels a little more hard Trick Room. If I had to give it a name, I would say mine is pretty hard Trick Room, with the Melmetal Calyrex. And I haven't seen, I think I've seen one other team that had both Melmetal Calyrex. But mostly I'm seeing teams that look a lot like this, and teams that have like Zacian, Kyogre, and Yveltal. So I'm fine. I think I'm fine just maxing early this game. Just maxing Palkia, going for the max Wormwind and the Icy Wind to try to just get that Calyrex off the field and get an attack drop on this Groudon. I hope this KOs. I am modest, life orbed, not quite max special attack. I hit the bump, but in reality I should probably be max special attack Palkia. They are Dynamaxing a Luxury Ball, so this can't be the Calyrex, because they would have been faster. They would have Dynamaxed first. So it's the Groudon. So they're going to Dynamax and instantly take an attack drop. So that's good for us. But they are going to get those special defense boosts. Alright, so we get the Icy Wind. Alright, please be enough max Wormwind to get the KO on Calyrex. Alright, so we do not... Oh, that's so huge. Getting Calyrex off the board is insanely big for us. It means that Pheromosa guaranteed lives this turn. And they go for a Quake. Probably into Palkia. Even better, so we preserve our Focus Sash for late game. We can Coaching, we can Speed Swap, we can Icy Wind. The Groudon isn't... Yeah, okay, so we can just Icy Wind Quake. This is not good for them. Max Quake that. Icy Wind again. They have to double my Pheromosa if they want to get rid of it. The Protect is annoying, but it just means that they guaranteed die to a Max Quake next turn, because they might have barely, if they're bulky Zacian, don't get me wrong, they have to be bulky, but if they're bulky, they could live this Max Quake. But now they guaranteed don't live this next one. And they're probably just going into Pheromosa here. But again, because we got their Calyrex off the board turn 1, they alright, so they're going for the special. Alright, I get that play. They Protect, go for the special defense boost. But again, I still have my Focus Sash, so I don't even care. I don't even care if I like miss Icy Wind and you knock out my Palkia before I move. because I can speed swap my Calyrex as it comes in. The Groudon's at -1 attack, so it's not doing much damage. This is the last turn of Dynamax. They're likely Assault Vest, so still like tough to KO, but nothing that my Calyrex can't handle. We still have our Focus Sash on Mosa. They withdraw. I guess I should have seen that coming. Do they have a flyer? They have Ho-Oh. Okay, so that's actually kind of bad for us. I should have anticipated that. The Ho-Oh's annoying. Okay, Quake. We still have our Focus Sash. Our Palkia does live. We will go down to Life Orb this next turn. And Ho-Oh is a threat. I think we just go for the Spatial Rend into Ho-Oh, get some damage off there. Do we need Trick Room to win this? Or is Speed Swap enough? Ho-Oh's really good against our backline, and now we're out of resources on the Palkia. Hopefully they don't protect Ho-Oh. Okay. So we get decent damage off into it. It does have that Quake boost, so it's still annoying. Alright, there's the Sacred Fire. Alright, so now it's kind of down to mind games. So I bring in Calyrex here. But we don't have enough damage to threaten KOs on these yet. But what we do have is pressure and coaching. So we protect here, and coaching goes through protect, raises our attack and defense, and if they don't double into our Pheromosa, then we can speed swap next turn, go for a Glacial Lance, and we'll have our boost. So that's what we're doing here. Coaching the Calyrex, calling that the Ho is going to go for a Sacred Fire, or better yet, switch out into the Zacian. Man, if we Trick Roomed there, we would be so good. Actually, no, I can't afford to Trick Room. I can't afford it because they can double my Calyrex and get a knockout. Oh, and they Rock Tomb. It's not great for them. But now we should live a Behemoth Blade. So actually, I'm going to Glacial Lance because I don't want to get hit by a Rock Tomb, and go for the Speed Swap into Calyrex. Because now we live a Behemoth Blade because we have the defense boost. And then withdraw Groudon. Oh, and their Regenerator Ho-Oh. That's right. So they were just getting health back. Honestly, should have gone for the high horsepower into Zacian. But I was worried about them protecting and Rock Tombing, and that play would have been really bad for me if I don't knock out the Groudon. But we do knock out the Ho-Oh, so now Melmetal is looking even better. We still have a full health Pheromosa. Alright, there's the Behemoth Blade. We do have a defense boost, so we should live this. Honestly, I didn't calc it though, so if we don't live it, that's on me. Okay, we do live. We do be living. And we get our weakness policy activated. Oh, this is so good. This is so good for us. and now we just get the win with a good old Glacial Lance. Knock out both of these Pokemon. Oh man, Calyrex Ice is just so good. Weakness policy, and we'll swap out into Melmetal in case they are quick attack and get the knockout. But They are not quick attack. They do not crit us. And we're golden. Yeah, so we take another win.